Hello. Let's do a session today where we focus on just a gentle, soft meditation that brings our attention inward, away from the chaos of external thoughts, of any media or social media we've been looking at, of news reports, of general feelings of helplessness or panic or fear that may be carried within our nervous system and just make us feel uptight, uneasy, unable to know or think or act in a way that is clear or with wisdom. So to do that, let's come into a comfortable seated position, either on a block or a cushion, or you could sit in a chair. If you're not feeling very well, lying down is perfect too. Take a moment just to situate your body, feel into your body, and if there's any way that you need to move to just physically kind of release any sort of tension, tightness, or gripping that you feel, go ahead and do that now. It may mean you need to shake a little bit. It may mean you need to bounce a little bit. It may just be a gentle movement within the spine or the legs. But just make those movements now so that you can come into a position of stillness where the body can actually settle. So we invite that settling within the body. And wherever you are in your breath, just exhale gently, softly, and fully. You can close your eyes if that feels good for you, or otherwise a soft gaze on the floor. And as the new inhale arises, allow it to fill you up as if you were breathing in through every pore of your skin. And as you exhale through your mouth, that loving release of the holding on to that which is unhelpful on any level. Pause in the emptiness for a moment. And as the new breath arises, allow it once again to fill you up with equanimity, with balance, with peace. All of these things that are innate within our nature. Exhaling, letting go of the mind-based constructs that are restricting to us. And with each breath, allow a deeper letting go of the idea that anything needs to be any certain way in order for it to be good. Of the idea that we need to do anything or be anybody in particular right now. And as your breath returns now to a normal and natural rhythm, just invite that settling into the deepest level possible in your body. And you may find there's a bit of resistance to this. And that's fine too. Just notice the resistance and notice what it is in you that feels like it needs to hold on to those external thoughts. As your mind also begins to settle with the invitation to just be still, notice also in your mind the flurry of thoughts, inviting them, give them the space to settle, a bit like if you've taken a snow globe and shaken it up and then set it on the table, how all the little bits and pieces inside, they eventually just find their place. When they're left undisturbed, without the power of your attention, let your thoughts just gently settle, leaving simply the container which holds it all, which is your awareness. The awareness which holds all of your thoughts, all of your experiences. The loving awareness out of which everything arises. See if you can settle into that. See if you can bring your attention to your breath and notice how each breath arises from stillness. The inhale develops and rises and peaks at a certain point, and then begins its descent with the exhalation back into the stillness out of which it arose. And in this way, our breath, each one, has a lifetime all of its own, arising from stillness, inhaling, reaching a peak of fullness, and then gently finding that turning point to descend back into the stillness. This is the same cycle that everything that exists follows. Our breath is an example. Our thoughts are an example. Each thought arises from the stillness within our minds, lives out its life according to how much of our attention we give it, and eventually those thoughts dissolve back into the stillness from which they arose, and a new thought will arise and live out its existence according to how much attention we give it. And then it dissolves back into the stillness out of which it arose. Everything that exists, including our very own lifetimes, exist on this scale of arising and dissolving out of a common stillness. And everything that exists is somewhere on this spectrum of either expansion or the return back to the stillness. So just see if you can feel that within all the processes in your body. See if you can feel that in the sensations that you feel. Everything arises and dissolves, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, even those judgments and those feelings surrounding what's happening, those arise and dissolve too. It's this amazing fractilian dance of expansion and return happening all the time, all around us. Internally, externally. And instead of feeling such a personal connection to it all, just for now, see if you can notice yourself as the space within which this all arises and dissolves. Including your own body, your own mind, your very own lifetime. Begin to see your own experience as an expression of life, expressing itself in all these different ways and forms. And even the judgments that we have about them, whether they're good or bad, that's also part of the expression. Feel your heartbeat. This also, even in the blink of a heartbeat, it follows the same pattern. Notice how everything changes, constantly changing, constantly morphing, constantly arising and dissolving. And for now, just let go of the need or idea that it needs to be controlled, that it needs to be morphed into a way that we think it needs to be. Come into a state of just allowing whatever is happening right now to be exactly the way that it is. Even your reaction to it, allow that to be exactly the way that it is. And see if in the noticing, if you feel any change in the way that you feel physically, mentally, emotionally. Instead of clinging on to the idea of my own life, me and my life, which often is a big heavy sack that we carry around of all of our experiences, and upholding some sort of identity that we feel that we need to create and be all the time. See if you can let that go. And allow yourself just to be a vehicle of life's magnificent expression in whatever form it takes in any given moment. And know that it's okay. In the midst of crisis, in the midst of disease, in the midst of total uncertainty, know that the deeper part of you is that which holds all of it, the unchanging, ever-loving presence which holds it all. Just rest in that. Feel it in your heartbeat. Feel it in each and every breath. And gently, when you're ready, bring your fingertips down to touch the floor, feeling a sense of groundedness and steadiness. And as you inhale, bring your arms wide and up, unite your palms over the crown of your head and bring them down the center line of your body to rest at your heart. Taking a moment to just appreciate this gift and all of the blessings that come with this gift of just being alive. To be able to feel it all so deeply. To know it all as life's expression through the experience that each and every one of us has. I wish you peace, I wish you clarity, and I wish you wisdom, now and always. Namaste.